One of the common reasons I think many efforts to change organizations and to extract value from change programs and organizations is we get the metrics wrong. And one of the classic examples I see repeated over and over again is organizations implementing new technology systems and thinking that simply implementation of that system is going to deliver value. And they'll say things like, oh, this new CRM is going to help us manage data better and it's going to get better outcomes for customers and we're going to improve our sales functions as a result of that. But the system doesn't do that. Humans using the system do that. If you enable them, if they want to, and if you give them the skills and capability, and if you ensure they use it correctly and use all the utilization of the features, so there's a fair bit of risk there if you don't engage people in the process. But we'll set a metric that it's about time, cost, quality, implement the solution on time, and we implement it and go live, and then we declare victory. And there might be a couple of weeks of support which follow that to make sure that no one's freaking out too much, but we don't follow through and make sure there's a return on that investment. Now, for example, if that was say, a customer relationship management system for a bunch of salespeople to use, usually the purpose or the reason for doing that is to improve sales outcomes or to reduce the amount of time people are spending in systems or to give them better data to have more targeted sales outreach activities, whatever the case may be. But the system's just a tool. If we want to make sure we're getting that return on the investment and the effort and time we're putting into that system implementation, we need to make sure people are actually doing that. The salespeople are using it effectively. But we tend not to track that change. We think that's too hard. But it's critical when you're implementing change programs which are impacting people that you have a set of behavior-based metrics. And that is what defines change. And usually the tool that they're using and going live with that is just one metric. And yep, let's track that, make sure we do that. But then we need to support and track a series of metrics beyond that to see that people are using it effectively. And that's where change falls down. And I see organizations spending millions of dollars without caring about getting a return on it and making sure that return's captured. Now, think about that for a second. Imagine if you were spending millions of dollars on, say, some equities or a property and investment, and you kind of want to be tracking what the results of that are and how much money is coming back to you, or how much capital growth or yield or whatever it is from that investment. And yet in organizations, we don't have that commercial mindset. And so what I try and teach executives about when they're making decisions and project teams and people that I mentor in organizations is to have a return on change investment, ROCI mindset. And when you adopt that and you see this as something which you're investing, you need to get that return. You've got to join the dots back from those financial and non-financial returns back to every metric you track in terms of behaviors and readiness and implementation as well, to make sure that the likelihood of achieving those benefits and financial values is likely. This is what I call commercially smart organizational change. Now, do your leaders and decision makers, project teams implement change in this way? I'd love to hear from you to tell me if they do. If they're not, maybe we should talk about some simple ways that we can enable a shift in your organization to build a return on change investment mindset and make sure you get the metrics right and make sure you have a good process to get a massive return on your change programs.